Good morning, everyone. Boker Tov. As President Trump works with President Zelensky and other world leaders to broker a peace deal between Russia and Ukraine, President Trump said, I hope that if I create peace between Russia and Ukraine, I will get to heaven. That because I'm going to save about 7,000 lives a week, I will earn a place in heaven. Well, this week's Torah portion discusses at length the mitzvah of tzedakah, of charity. And one of the interesting questions that is raised about the mitzvah of tzedakah is that we know that when we do a mitzvah, we recite a blessing. Why is it that when we give charity to a poor person, we don't recite a blessing? Blessed are you, God, the ruler of the universe, who commanded us to give charity. And I would like to share three of the many answers given, because they're all very instructive to our day-to-day lives when it comes to giving and generosity. The first answer given to why we don't make a blessing is because the blessing says, blessed are you, God, ruler of the universe, who commanded me to give charity or to perform a mitzvah. When it comes to charity, you shouldn't be doing it because you're commanded to do it. You should be doing it from your heart, out of love, not as a burden, as a commandment that you're forced to do against your will. It should be coming from your own inner volition, your own compassion and moral compass. The second interesting answer given is because there's a poor man in front of you who needs charity. Don't delay even a few seconds to say a blessing. Baruch atah Hashem Elokeinu. The poor man is hungry. Why delay his receiving your help even by a minute? Give them tzedakah immediately. And finally, a third answer given to this question is because when you give tzedakah, you have to give it with empathy. By the way, in Yiddish, the word for empathy is mitgefühl. You have to feel for the other person. And therefore, when you do a mitzvah and you say a blessing, you have to do it with joy. I'm joyous that I'm getting to do a mitzvah. Well, how could you be joyous when you see the plight of a poor man who's suffering, who is destitute, who is reliant and dependent on charity to survive? And so therefore, you're not in a frame of mind to say a blessing with joy, because out of empathy for the poor man, you're saddened by the state of affairs of this person's life. And these are three very important lessons in life. First of all, charity should come from the heart. Second of all, don't procrastinate, don't delay, give immediately. And third of all, always do it with empathy for the plight of the person. So, when it comes to doing a mitzvah like charity, it's about helping the person, not about the benefit or the reward that you're going to receive as a result. Just yesterday, I received a call that one of our members, unfortunately his younger brother passed away. And so I called him to offer condolences, to see how he's doing. And he told me the most remarkable, sad story. He said that his brother has been battling cancer for 6 years, going through a great deal of pain and suffering. And just last week he said to his wife, I haven't seen my brother in a few months. I feel like I should go out and spend some time with him. So he flew to another state where his brother lives. And he spent Shabbat and the whole weekend with his brother. And he had a beautiful weekend with him. In the course of conversation, his brother said, I'll tell you the truth. I accept my fate. I know I have limited time, but the thing I worry about is my wife. Who's going to take care of my wife? And he explained to me that his brother is not a man of great means, and he was concerned that there was not enough money for his wife to survive, to live on after he passes. And so he told his brother not to worry. Told his younger brother, I will take care of things. I will make sure that she's financially secure. He flew back Sunday night. Monday morning he got up and he immediately reached out to his bank and set up an annuity in his sister-in-law's name for his brother's wife. And he made all the financial arrangements to make sure that there's enough money that she should be financially secure. Yesterday, Tuesday morning, he decided he would call his sister-in-law to let her know all the information about the annuity he set up for her. He said accidentally, of course there's no accidents, it's all divine providence, instead of hitting the number for his sister-in-law, he pressed the number for his brother. His brother picks up, and he says, "Oh, I meant to call your wife, but now that we're talking, let's talk." And he said his brother did something that he never usually does. Usually they do a telephone call. His brother said, "Let's go to FaceTime." They went to FaceTime, and he saw his brother. And he shared with his brother the news that I went ahead and set up an annuity for your wife. She's secure, taken care of. His brother says to him, "Thank you, thank you, thank you. This was weighing heavily on my mind. Now I'm at peace." And literally after he said those words, the phone dropped from his brother's hand. And when the phone was picked up, he discovered that his brother had suddenly passed away in his last conversation with him. And the last thing he shared with his brother was, "Your wife is taken care of." And the last words he heard from his brother was, "Thank you, thank you, thank you." And I learned 3 lessons from this story. The first lesson is, you need to spend time with people to know what's on their mind, what's on their heart. His brother had been battling cancer for 6 years, but only that weekend told him about his greatest worry and fear. You need to communicate and speak to people. They will not always tell you what they need. The second lesson is, don't procrastinate. He could have come back and said, "You know, I'm tired, I had a long trip, it was a difficult weekend with my brother who's ill. I'll set up the annuity on Tuesday or Wednesday." He got to work the next morning and took care of it immediately. But finally, the ultimate lesson is that when he did this act of generosity, of kindness, of tzedakah for his sister-in-law, for his brother, the greatest reward is not the reward he's going to get in heaven in the next world. He's not even thinking about that. It's the comfort and the peace and the almost joy that it gives him to know that he gave his brother that peace of mind, that before he died, he was able to leave this world in peace, in feeling serenity, knowing that his family will be taken care of. And the comfort it gives him to know that he did the right thing to help his brother, and he did it in the right moment. And that's the greatest gift of charity. It's not that we get to go to heaven, but it's when we give charity and we perform acts of loving kindness for others, we get to experience heaven on earth. Have a wonderful day.